What is up? Seth over here with Gorilla Alliance and Gorilla Alliance Radio, and we're actually shooting this live. So I'm actually recording. Well, obviously it's live, but I'm also recording this as well because I'm starting a new YouTube channel where I'm spending and sharing my time as a four-dimensional man and how to live a four-dimensional lifestyle and what that means and what it encompasses. And so we're going to air that also on YouTube as well. But what I wanted to share today is I wanted to get real. I haven't talked about this, and I've hid from this for a while. And majority of you know, in 2016, July 2016, I had to look my dad in my eyes, and I had to let him know that he wasn't going to make it. Also, on top of that, I sedated myself through that. I smoked morning, day, and night, so I didn't have to feel the pain that I had, and it was more than anything, it was my way of coping with losing my father. That and building the Gorilla Alliance and taking it to another level like we have. In saying that, then in January 2017, I ran into an issue with the former franchise. I decided to break away from the franchise. I wasn't competing with them. I decided to bring a whole new business model that included a kitchen and included my other business, Stretch U, and just all the way across the board, and coaching, and built the Girl Alliance inside of it as well. And I bought a 10,000 square foot building, and this franchise decided to come after me. They'd be sending lawyer letters. I spent all kinds of money on lawyers. They would constantly threaten me, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I did exactly what I preach against, and I was looking in the future about what if I lose my business? What if they shut me down? What if? Instead of focusing on what I can focus on today. And my business dropped off. I lost a lot of clients. I sedated morning, evening, in the middle of the day. I smoked to get my mind off of the worry and the stress, and I felt like I was under a wet blanket, and I couldn't get myself out of underneath that wet blanket. I couldn't find myself, and I couldn't be the man that I know I needed to be. And I honestly felt like a fraud. I felt like I felt like people would judge me if they knew what I was doing, what I was going through. Then in June, July of 2017, I remember sitting inside of the Vitality Mill, and nobody was here. It was on a summer day, and nobody was here, and my family was out of town. And I just contemplated, like, what am I doing? Like, why do I even try? Like, I've built this business over the last 12 years where I built this business, and it was in 2014, all the way up to 2014, it's about money, money, money. And then that changed me, made me hit a wall that made me realize that it was more about money, and I was wanting to deliver value. And that I took the Vitality Mill to another level because I had coaches that had been with me for years. I had clients that had been with me for years, and I couldn't see leaving them all behind. And so I was lost. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle the stress, and I sat there and I contemplated some crazy thoughts. And you can probably imagine what I was thinking at that time. I don't really feel, I thought, man, it'd be way easier for me just to bail out. And I think about that now, and I say that now, and it gives me goosebumps even thinking about it. And I was lost. I felt like everybody was against me. And this is something I've hid from for a while, and I know now that I had to go through all my issues. I had to go through losing my father. I had to go through the deal with the franchise. I had to go through with the smoking, and I had to go through the gambling addiction, and I had to go through depression, and I had to go through all this stuff so I could be the coach that I am here today. And today I'm the leanest I've ever been. I'm rebuilding my businesses. I've taken the Guerrilla Alliance to another level by building out a membership site and being able to going to be able to touch more individuals and help more guys. And I know that with the good comes bad, and you have to have bad to have good. And my story is this podcast will change a lot, where I'm going to continue to share my stories and stuff. But I felt like it's my calling to share my truth and to get it all out to get it all out there, and to be open and to be honest about what was going on with me, but also to be open and honest so maybe if someone's out there who may be struggling, or somebody who's out there may be dealing with or contemplating thoughts of suicide or thoughts of giving up, to help you. You see, I've stopped smoking. There's not anything. I don't think anything's bad about it or anything like that. But I just felt like I wasn't feeling. I was sedating. I was suppressing my emotions. I was suppressing the stuff that was going down, and since then I've stopped. And I realized that my anchor was in high school. I smoked. In college, I made friends from smoking. And so I had this anchor of thinking like, this makes me cool. People like me because of. And I was listening to listening to one of my coaches and Ryan Stewman, who and I say coaches, I was in one of his programs, and I would just listen to his podcast and listen to him, and he was, and I justified it by going, well, look at this successful millionaire. Look what he's doing in business and stuff, and he's doing it. He's smoking, and he's this, and then he came out one day and was like, I'm done smoking. I'm done doing this, and he felt like he wasn't living up to his purpose and couldn't take it to the next level, and I felt the same thing. And I this is big for me to admit this, because I was so worried of the judgments of what people would think and how people would judge me and stuff. And I know that majority of people may listen to this and like, dude, you were smoking. It's not that big of a deal. But it was a big deal to me. And when he came out and said his anchor was this, he realized his anchor, and it like opened up a whole new arena for me. I was eyes wide open. I realized immediately where I'd messed up, and my anchor and what my issues were. And since then, I'm going on a month now where I haven't smoked, haven't even thought about it. I'm realizing how much time I wasted as far as not having fun. I thought that smoking was fun, and so this kept me from adventures. This kept me from traveling with my family, because they would go and do stuff, and I'd stay home and watch live PD. It kept me from being myself, and I wanted to share with you guys and help you realize that your thoughts, the thoughts that go through our crazy domes, they lead to feelings. And my thoughts were, oh, I'm this and I'm that, and I can't, and I have to have this to be cool, and I have to, if I don't have this, then I won't have fun. And those were my thoughts, and that made me feel that way. And then I started to actually believe it, and I was hitting the roof, I was hitting the ceiling, and I couldn't break through. And now I realize that God's put me through all these situations so I can lead on another level. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So if it's something that you're going through something, if it's something that you're dealing with addiction, if it's something you're dealing with depression, if it's something you're dealing with gambling, if anything that you're going through, I've been there. I've been there. I've been through the fire, and I've been through the fire so I can lead. And now it's time to take it to another level. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate you listening to me ramble, and it's time, and I'm ready. So I'm fired up for the future, and I'm fired up to step into my role as a leader and as the coach that I'm was built to be, and it's time. So I thank you, and be tuning in, because we're going to have more on YouTube, but we'll also have more podcasts where I'm just going to get real, and you're going to get the deep down, the real raw version of me, because I've finally been able to tap into that. And for a long time, I felt like a fraud, and I wasn't being real, and it's time. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you listening to me. Seth Humphrey with the Gorilla Alliance and Gorilla Alliance Radio. Talk soon.